What's up, everybody? My name is Scott Waters. Welcome to nolifetilmetal. It's time for another rock metal update. That's right. Time for another rock metal update. Going to do all 12-inch vinyl today. One CD. Which I just got in the mail and I played today. I do collect Aerosmith bootlegs on CD and vinyl. I've got tons of them. Ran across this one while perusing for singles, 7-inch singles, and found that a seller that I was buying some singles from also had this brand new, still sealed German Aerosmith bootleg. So I snagged it. This is, I think, a collection of live material from shows. I don't think that it's one show, but it's mostly stuff from the 80s and the 90s, as well as a cover of Jimi Hendrix's Red House, Living on the Edge, Dream On, 70s, Janie's Got a Gun, Crying, Love in an Elevator, Shut Up and Dance, Walk This Way, 70s, Eat the Rick. We got Mama Kin, 70s, Dude Looks Like a Lady, Ragdoll, Amazing, Red House, Hendrix cover, and Permanent Vacation. So, cool bootleg. Like I said, I collect anything Aerosmith, whether it's CDs, vinyl, 7-inch singles, cassettes, 8-tracks, anything related to Aerosmith, I collect it. So there you go. So let's get into the 12-inch vinyl. First of all, I'm going to show one that came in the mail yesterday. This is the box it came in. As you can see, it looks like someone rolled over it. So the vinyl is wasted, unfortunately. So I'm hoping I can get another copy. This is Toxic, think this, and it is as warped as that record box looks. So that's unfortunate. I'm returning it. I'm just hoping and praying that they have another copy available. I'm waiting to hear, because there was only 400 copies of that album pressed. This is a reissue, of course. Original pressings of this are a bit tough to find. So anyhow, Toxic, speed metal thrash, think this. Hopefully, in my next update, I'll have a good copy to show. Okay. All right, first up, this is one that it seems to be kind of controversial. I'm seeing a lot of people talking about it, but this is KK's Priest. I pre-ordered this. This is the one of the ones that comes with the little autographed litho, which is sitting in the front here. But people either really seem to be bagging on it a lot. I mean, people saying it's not that great, it's boring, it's just blah, blah, blah. It's the lyrics are goofy. I don't know. I really like it. It's just a solid heavy metal album. If you like, the stuff that Judas Priest has been doing in the last few years, I don't see why you wouldn't like KK's Priest. I mean, that's the style we're going for. Of course, you've got Ripper Owens singing for him again, and the whole thing is spectacular. I mean, you could definitely hear, KK's influence in Priest in these songs. You can hear his, fantastic guitar playing, his guitar solos. He does a lot of that wah stuff, and whammy bar dives and stuff like that. I like it. I don't know why people are complaining. Yeah, it's a bummer he's not in Priest. I know there's all kinds of controversy surrounding that, but in the meantime, we've got two bands releasing great traditional heavy metal, and to me, KK's Priest, Sermons of the Sinner, is no exception to that. And Ripper Owens, he's just a fantastic vocalist, no matter what. He also sang on Tourniquet's album last year and did a spectacular job on that as well. So, all right, a couple live albums here. This is Twisted Sister, Train Kept the Rollin', 79. This is a club performance that was broadcast on the radio. It is almost a complete show. The odd thing about this is there was only 456 of these pressed, and there's like 200 double picture discs as well. The double picture discs are now selling for ridiculous amounts of money. I don't know if this is very expensive or not. I did a pre-order on this one. The sound quality is great. It is radio broadcast, so I'm not sure what the source was. I swear it might be from a cassette. You can't tell 100%. And the reason I think that is because every once in a while, especially during the banter between songs, Dee Snider sounds a little drunk. And obviously Dee doesn't drink, so when I hear that kind of voice thing going on, to me it means that the tape was probably old and stretched, and that the sound wasn't pitch corrected. Now, I can't tell you if that's the case or not. It sounds good. It's just a slight thing. It's a very enjoyable show. Really cool bootleg. So glad to have it. It is a single 2-disc set, but it isn't a single. It's not a gatefold. One odd thing about this also is the album is called Train Kept the Rollin' Live 79. Twisted Sister used to play Train Kept Rolling, kind of very similar to the Aerosmith version. And that song is listed as the second track on side D. That track's not on here, which is unfortunate because that's a great song. But the side D is a very long, extended version. I'll Never Grow Up Now. I don't know why it's listed and named after a track that's not included, but you know, it is what it is. This is on Night of the Vinyl Dead, and I'm pretty sure I don't know, maybe it's an official release, but I assume it's probably a bootleg. Who knows? Land of the Vinyl Dead usually does, you know, official stuff, so hard as hell. But yeah, it's a little disappointing that the track the album was named after isn't included. So, all right, next up, another live album. I may have showed this one before. I can't remember, but this is Demolition. Live in London, Demolition Girls live in London, October 1st, 1980. Girlschool, new wave of British heavy metal band. This was them early on. This is them playing to a packed club in London. You got Demolition Boys, cover of Tush, Midnight Ride, Breakdown, Take It All Away, The Hunter, Nothing to Lose, Race with the Devil, and Emergency. So this is all classic Girlschool stuff. And it's really kind of heavy because it's got that raw energy and it's got that energy built up from the crowd. The recording is good. It's really a well done live performance, and I really enjoyed this one. So Girlschool, Demolition Girls live in London. This is on Radiation Records, and it does have a custom center label, which is not a huge deal, but black vinyl. And the Twisted Sisters on black vinyl as well. This is original pressing. A lot of thrash in this one, but that's not unusual for me. Thrash is kind of my thing. This was, like, I believe, the fourth full-length album from UK thrashers, Re-Animator. They were toying with their sound here a little bit, like a lot of thrash bands were in the early 90s. I still quite enjoy this one. But this was then, this is now, that was then, this is now, from, I believe, 1991 or 92, somewhere in that area. Yep, solid thrash, UK thrash from Re-Animator. This one just doesn't pop up very often, and I found a decent priced copy, so I snagged it. Really, really good condition, too. It does have a nice insert, too, which I've... There's the lyric insert. Liner notes. I took it out of the sleeve so it wouldn't cut the sleeve up and put it into a poly sleeve. A lot of people ask what kind of sleeves you use, and I do. I use these poly sleeves. Invest in Vinyl is the brand that I've been using because you can get them fairly inexpensive on Amazon. I'm going to be doing another What's Spinning video in the near future, like today. A couple of these are going to show up in that video too because that's what I've been spinning. So just a few of them, not all of them. All right, this band, I always want to say they're from Germany. I know they're not from Germany. They're from Denmark. This is, like, I believe, their third album. This was their first U.S. release. Just great thrash metal. I mean, if you don't know Artillery, you're probably not a thrash fan. This is just a fantastic reissue that just came out. American LP, the 1990 release from the Danish thrash band, metal band Red with Blue Splatter, or Blue with Red Splatter. Includes inner sleeve and lyrics. People actually like that. I know that. I work for record companies, and people get upset if the lyrics aren't included for some reason. So there is a lyric sleeve in there. Picture of the band. Really wish they would have, whoever did the reissue would have messed with the contrast in that photo a little bit because the faces almost blend into the background. But, I mean, that's just a minor thing. That's just my deal because I do that for a living. But cool color splatter though. I don't see this color very often. It's kind of like, they call it blue, but it's more of a cyan or teal color. And then it's got the deep red, almost a burgundy splatter, and it is a translucent, so you can kind of see through it. But really cool. I like it. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of colored vinyl, but that's kind of neat. Doesn't really match the cover, but whatever. It's still kind of cool. I didn't specifically order that color. It is the color it came in. So, Artillery by Inheritance, 1990. All right, this one I haven't even opened yet. Just got it in the mail. I have an original pressing of this, but it's not in the greatest shape. I've had it forever, and when I bought it, it wasn't in great shape, but it was such a rare find. It was nice to see that this one finally got re-released. This is Michelangelo and Jim Gillette and Bob Rock, excuse me, as you can see. This is Nitro, their first one, OFR, and this is a very odd mixture of glam metal and speed metal. I mean, this stuff is fast. And Michelangelo, of course, is a shredder, you know, of impalatory measure, and that is just all over this thing. I discovered this band when they were just out. I was watching a local cable access video program at a friend's house, and the video for Freight Train came on. I was like, wow, that's awesome. I love that. It's so over the top, you know, outrageous. And the guitar playing, the vocals are so high, they're like glass shattering. It's just unearthly, otherworldly metal. So yeah, it's a very odd mixture, like I said, of glam metal, big huge hooks, and outrageous guitar solos, very fast, but everything is like hyper speed, and I don't know, it's just really solid heavy metal. They look ridiculous, but I kind of liked it because it was, you know, it was larger than life. You know, they played a part. They looked apart. Obviously, they didn't walk around dressed in leather and studs and stuff like that all the time. It was just a performance, and I kind of dug that back in the day. I wish that was still around, that performance and that, you know, entertainment ship where you want to actually go out and entertain people. You're not just doing it for the you know, you're not just going out there and staring at your sneakers and in your ripped up jeans and t-shirt. You know, you're putting on a performance, you're putting on a show, so you wear a costume, and you know, that's part of the deal. And I dug that. Of course, you know, I grew up as a fan of bands like Kiss, and you know, that was part of the deal. So anyhow, moving on, this is totally moving away from metal. This is probably like 8th, 9th, 10th. I can't remember which one this was. Gentle Giant, The Missing Piece. This one's like 1978. They had at least 5, 6, 7 more before this one. I'm just constantly looking for their stuff. And this is one I can honestly say I've never owned until now. I've heard a lot of their stuff. I've owned a lot of their stuff on vinyl and CD. For some reason, this is just one that I never owned, never gave a shot to, not for any other reason, because it just never came across my, you know, path, and I just never heard it. So gave it a listen now, and I like it a lot. Very solid progressive rock. Definitely not metal, definitely not heavy. It sounds like Gentle Giant, so if you like that style of UK progressive rock, you probably dig this Gentle Giant album. Kind of like the artwork too. I know it's very simple. The music is not. The music's complex, but I still kind of like it with the missing puzzle piece in both the front and the back. Okay, next up, more thrash. I told you there's a lot of thrash metal. This is Razor. This is Escape from the Fire, The Lost Tape. So this is actually, after they recorded their Armed and Dangerous album, this was the second album they recorded, and this album was scrapped when they signed a record label, and they ended up recording a whole other album. Now, some of these songs were re-recorded down the road for other things. Some of them were released on demos, but this particular collection in this format was never released before, and High Roller Records obtained the rights to release this full album from, what was it, 1980? Is there a year on here? Doesn't even have the year on the back anywhere. But it was early 80s. I think it was like 84, 85 this thing was recorded. And great thrash metal. A little bit of the speed metal thing going on. Reminds me of like Exciter at times, which is, you know, not far off considering they're both Canadian speed metal bands. But yeah, I love anything Razor, and I was glad that this came out. I can't remember who showed it. Somebody showed it in the vinyl community, and I was like, ooh, how did I miss that one? So I jumped on it, found a copy very fast, and this too has the colored vinyl thing going on. Clear vinyl with some opaque yellow and red mixed in to make it look like fire, I suppose. And it does have the typical high quality high roller inserts. It's got the promo photo. It doesn't have a poster. A lot of times they come with posters. This one came with a promo photo, which is cool. I like promo photos too. Came with the lyric insert, photos, and then of course the high roller ridiculous list of stuff that they have out. I work with several record companies, and the amount of stuff that they put out is just unreal. It's so cool, actually, that, you know, companies are still putting out all this metal, and High Rollers is one of the best. So there you go. Something was blocking it. Razor, Escape from the Fire, the unreleased second album. High Roller. If you don't have it, grab a copy. Brand new album from Angelus Apatrida. This is a band that I've been kind of championing. No, champion. Oh my gosh, can't get the word out. This is a band I've been speaking highly of for years now. This is their brand new album, and this is exactly what you would expect from this band. It's just raw, aggressive thrash metal from one of the new wave of traditional thrash metal bands. They do experiment a little with their sound. You know, they don't sound like some Exodus clone or something like that, but just a solid album from them. Really, really good. If you're into traditional thrash metal, check out Angelus Apatrida. It's on Century Media Records, so it's not hard to find. It's on Century Media in the United States, so you can get this one fairly cheap. But I believe it's black. I believe it's available in other colors. I just ordered the black. Champignon? No, I still can't get the word right. I can't get the word out that I'm trying to say. All right, we got a few more here. 3 more. This one I showed in a recent, another recent video, but I'm going to show it again because, man, I love this record and it's worth showing. This is the new Banshee. This is their latest album. They came out last year, I believe, on CD. The vinyl just came out. This is called The Madness. This is fantastic. Straightforward US heavy metal, power metal, whatever you want to call it. People tend to, think of this band as being a glam band. They were never a glam band. If you think they were a glam band, you just never listened to them. That's just all there is to it. Yes, on their first album on Atlantic Records, they had the big hair looking thing, but again, the music was just straight up heavy metal. Some of their riffs, would rival Megadeth and stuff like that, whereas others, had definitely more of a traditional Black Sabbath vibe. In fact, speaking of Black Sabbath, there is a Black Sabbath cover on this record. And here, let me show you the back cover. So they do a cover of Slippin' Away, Dio era Sabbath. Fantastic cover. Love the song Metamorphosis. Really heavy, really pushing towards like a speed metal or thrash, but never really kind of crossing that border. Always staying, just straightforward heavy metal. Kind of like Sabbath did Neon Nights. It was a faster song for them, but it was still metal. That's kind of what you get with Metamorphosis. But then like songs like Psychosis and Into the Breakdown, and even Red Sails in the Sunset have more melody. George Call is just a fantastic vocalist. I mean, he's just a powerhouse. In my opinion, he's one of the best out there right now. He's also singing for the band Cloven Hoof, and then he's got his own band Aska, US power metal as well. Highly worth picking up. There are only 200 copies. No, excuse me. There are only 100 copies of this pressed on vinyl in the United States, and there will not be any more pressed, from what I understand. That is the last of them. So if you want to get a copy of this one, it's nolifetilmetal Records, nolifetilmetalrecords.com, or you just go to nolifetilmetal and click on the records button. All right. Hey, my band I showed at the very beginning of this video, Toxic. This was their World Circus album. This is also a reissue. This is on Music on Vinyl. Now, this one is not warped, and it's in fantastic condition. It's looks fantastic. Whoever did the graphics for this did a fantastic job. I mean, I don't know maybe if they had the original or if they had to do a rescan or whatever, but man, this is just clean, very well done. It sounds really good. I assume it's been remastered. And the mastering is superb. I have an original CD copy from back in when this came out, 88, 89, somewhere in that area. They are all numbers. You can see on the bottom. Mine is number 1096. And it does have an insert, and it is on a colored vinyl. So here's the insert, which is just lyrics and liner notes. Nothing really spectacular or special about that, but nice to have nonetheless. And then a kind of a lime green to match the cover vinyl. Hits on the original Roadrunner. It's music on vinyl, but it has the original Roadrunner center label on it, which is kind of cool. Like I said, sounds fantastic. It is 180 gram vinyl. It's pretty dang heavy, and really nice. I don't know how many were pressed, so if that's one on your want list, like it's been one on my want list for years and years on vinyl, grab it while it's available. Roadrunner Records, music on vinyl pressing. And finally, this is the new reissue of Sabotage. These things went out of press really fast. They almost as fast as they went into press, they were gone. They were available on 2 different colors of vinyl, black and then a kind of a cyan blue color. As you probably know, I ordered the black. And there it is. It has, you know, a very similar to the original censor label. Very cool. Always love this cover. I like the reissue cover too, with the odd looking demon babies or whatever they want to cover. But you know, there's just something nice about having the original. It has a picture sleeve lyric insert, which I took it out of because it was already, as you can see on the bottom, beginning to split. Because it is this thicker vinyl that they're putting out now, this 180 gram vinyl, I mean, it splits through the paper. That's just the way it is. So it is a gatefold as well, as you can see. So I'm glad to have a copy. Did get a little beat up in the mail, which is unfortunate, and the buyer I bought it from did not have another copy. So as you can see, it's got a little bit of a bend right here, and that was the post office doing. There you go. You can kind of see it in the glare. Nothing I could do about it. He offered a refund if I wanted to, send the record back. But the problem is finding another copy at a decent price. So I'm like, nah, it's just not worth it for a slight bend in a record, or in the cover, not even in the record. The record plays fine and it's not warped or anything. So it was 108 gram vinyl, so it's a lot harder to warp something thick like that. Sabotage, Sirens, classic U.S. heavy metal. If you don't know who Sabotage is, you probably aren't a heavy metal fan, because they're kind of iconic. So that's it. That is my vinyl updates for, October 2021. Appreciate y'all watching. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think of, these records. Tell me what you got new, whatever. I always appreciate talking to everybody who watches, and that's it. God bless. Stay strong.